Bless up, viewers and subscribers. Those of you watching in TV land, big up yourself same way. Alright, welcome to Scoopy Loopy. Let's take a look at some of the stories that are trending right now. Alright, so first of all, Tashay records with her idol Romain Virgo. Alright, let's see what's happening here. Let's also pull through and see what else is trending. We are sieving through social media. By the way, Reggae Some Fest is in a couple of days, you know, guys. Alright, so this is one of the big stories trending today. Women going on dates just for food. And this is courtesy of The Star. Let's jump into that story and see what's happening. Alright, so the headline screams, women going on dates just for food. Alright, bear with me just now. Messages are coming in. You know, once we start recording, the phone lines seem to be blowing up. So let's take that from top. Women going on dates just for food. Two recent studies undertaken by an overseas university have found that women are engaging in what they term foodie call, which is going on dates with men because they are going to get a meal. One study included 357 women and the other study had 820 women. 33% of respondents in the first study and 23% of respondents in the second study said that they engaged in foodie calls. Jamaican psychologist Leakum Smart says he is not surprised by the findings. It's an arrangement between a man and a woman, mostly, but it has a transactional basis to it. You have heard of friends with benefits. It's a version of it, so it is not an emotion bound thing. It is a practical approach thing. You have needs, I have needs. You have means, I have needs that your means could help to solve. So let's work something out, he said. Marge said that he has heard women saying that they would use their last money to get their nails and hair done because someone will take them out. In these instances, he said a meal and entertainment would be provided. While not wanting to comment on the specifics of the study, marriage and family counselor Carla Dunbar said that depending on a woman's need, she might date a man. However, she said that not everyone will engage in this behavior. We're quoting now. We don't live in a perfect world, and not all things are the same way. Needs may cause a woman to go out with a man because, as you would have seen in society, their needs are being met that they are unable at the time to meet themselves, she said. The study further revealed that of the women interviewed, some believed a foodie call was anywhere from moderately to extremely unacceptable, and those who admitted to foodie calls scored higher in the dark triad, narcissism and Machiavellism of personality traits. However, Semar said that correlation does not lead to causation, and as such, to imply psychological motives when there are more practical explanations is not needed in this case. If your means are limited and someone is offering to take you out, it means that you are getting a meal. I believe it is a big stretch to associate this with to a psychopath who is somebody who doesn't know right from wrong and has limited emotional expression, who can injure and harm people without thinking of any consequence, or a narcissist who thinks everything of themselves and that things rotate around them with situations that have practical reasons. The idea of going out where your means are limited and you have a chance of getting a meal, and it's a good meal, I can save my money, it is more practical than psychological, he said. Right, so big story trending and causing a buzz on social media at this time right here on Scoopy Loopy. Women going on dates just for food. Alright, let's see what else is happening here on Scoopy Loopy. Alright, so Alia Atkinson urges athletes to give back. That's trending also. You can check that out for yourself. Alright, so another big story that is trending is There have been talks recently on social media as it relates to Sheensea, the performances that she's delivering, and we really want to give her some advice. She's out of the parish as well, from St. Elizabeth. But social media has been saying that it seems as if Sheensea is delivering the same set at almost every event that she go. We know, for example, of two particular events. There was an event in Black River, St. Elizabeth, and there was a more recent one over in St. Anne. And the set that she delivered, it seemed to be similar, especially in terms of the way how she introduces her song. And we are going to play. We're going to play two clips for you right now from the two different events. So take a look at this.
But me like when me have sex and my man strangle and tie me up like goats. Make all when we in April me a ball out. Jump me song now, man.
Strangle me and tie me up. Never your granite. That's too tight, we go enjoy all it up.
Me's a freaky girl. What?
Talk true.
I chew me a talk.
How it go, yes,
I St. Elizabeth I come from, so me have to keep it real.
Real.
Me's a very freaky girl. I don't know if for me one, I'm not even gonna talk my business. But me like when me have sex and my man strangle and tie me up like goats.
Why, yeah.
Make all when we in a June me a ball out. Me jump my chung. Sure.
You ready?
All of my freaky girl them want to represent for themselves for that song.
Alright, so there you go. In both clips, Sheensea is introducing the song and basically saying she's a freaky girl and she's represented for St. Elizabeth. And even in June, our man tie her up and she have to ball out me. I guess she's trying to introduce the song to bring life to it some more. But just a little advice right there, Sheensea. Really proud of what you're doing, but just a little advice. You gotta be able to change up your set a little bit, especially in this age of social media. Persons are going to grab onto that quickly. So one of the things that you have to do is to try to give a different feel every time, especially if you're in this for the long haul and you plan to stay relevant for decades. Even though it's the same song, you have to change it a little bit. Persons like Beanie Man and Bounty Killer, they have mastered that. You could listen to Beanie Man 3-4 nights straight, and he'll be doing the same songs, but the way in which he introduces, interacts with the crowd is almost as if you get a different feel each time. So just a word of advice right there to Sheensea, just to kind of change up your set a little bit. Another thing that we notice is that a significant amount of time is taken up within your performance with the jiggy competition, so if you can kind of cut that. It's always nice to engage and involve the crowd in what you're doing, but cut down on the length of the jiggy competition, because for example, the last performance that she did, it was about 26 minutes, and when you take out the jiggle competition part, that was about 10 minutes. So that really left you with a 16 minutes performance. So that's one of the things, Sheensea, you're going into the international market now, so those are some of the things that you have to tidy up on. And just some advice for other artists. If you're going to come on a stage, I can understand if it's a dance and you're making a small appearance, but if you are booked for a big show with proper stage, proper lighting, major sponsors, well, you would want to, first of all, and this does not apply to Sheensea now, we have passed the Sheensea store, we're talking generally, because we have seen some of the artists on the rise, and when they come on stage, they come with a whole lot of person on the stage with them. They have liquor in hand. It gives an unprofessional feel. And secondly, in terms of from the production side, it is hard for the production team to capture the footage properly, because it's confusing the artist can't move properly to deliver across the stage, and it just comes off confusing. Because if you look at the international shows like the Coachellas and the BET Awards, you know, the MTV Awards, those big events where performances take place, when they're performing in Times Square, you'll recognize that every single thing is synchronized and it's rehearsed, and you don't find people just coming on randomly with drinks. It is almost like it is a movie in terms of the production, and we're going to have to get there if we are going to want persons to take us serious in Jamaica. In terms of the presentation on stage, we're going to have to fix that, because now it doesn't look good. You know, it doesn't look good with liquor in hand, the entourage tripping all over everybody on stage videoing. From the production side, you can hardly get to capture the artist's performance properly. So that's one of the things I want to suggest, that for the rest of the year into 2020, our artists work on that, especially if they want to make it over to big stage. And some of our artists in the guys, because we went to Best of the Best, and when you see Shabba performed, you know, it was a professional set. You can see that rehearsal went in, and it was no bag of people. You see where Buju is delivering it properly like that. Alkaline set was like that. With all the artists that was on Best of the Best, you know, once those international shows, you have to perform with certain level of professionalism. And I just want us to get it right in Jamaica. Alright? So that's what's popping on Scoopy Loopy at this time right here on BOJTV. If you're watching on social media, especially on YouTube, do remember to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you can be notified when we go live. This is Scoopy Loopy on BOJTV. Bye bye.